At the beginning of 2024 on the That Sounds Fun podcast, I got to interview Pastor Banning Liebscher. And in our conversation, we started talking about seasons. Winter, spring, summer, and fall are really profound for all of us. It affects our external world constantly, but it also affects our internal world. Our physical, emotional, spiritual, and even our professional lives are affected by the winter, spring, summer, and fall we are experiencing. And I have not been able to stop thinking about it. And honestly, I don't think y'all have either, because you talk to me about it a lot. You ask questions like, how do I find any hope in the winter? And what is growing in the spring from these seeds? And how do I find rest and joy and fun in the summer? And what does it look like to harvest well in the fall? And so because of your questions, and honestly mine, I'm excited to tell you a new thing we're doing on the podcast in 2025. For the first time ever, we have got a theme. That sounds fun. The seasons. And we are going to spend this whole year deep diving winter, spring, summer, and fall with some of your favorite guests and someone that you will absolutely fall in love with as we really get intentional about understanding where we are in our seasons and how that affects our spiritual, emotional, and physical lives. Let me tell you how it's going to look. At the start of every season, you will hear a conversation between me and one of our favorites, Pastor Mike Kelsey. Pastor Mike and I are going to sit down and we're going to really build a framework for that season spiritually to help us understand what winter, spring, and summer and fall are about in our spiritual lives. And then every Monday, you're going to hear an episode with one of our favorite guests where we talk about that particular season that we are in, winter, spring, summer, or fall. And that guest is going to tell us their own stories, their own experiences in their season, their own expertise in that season. We won't have an episode every Thursday, but we will have a couple a month. You know we're going to have Eddie every month because Eddie Kaufholz and I love to just keep talking. So he'll be with us every month. And also every month, we'll have an Always Annie essay, which is like the AFD and NYC's, but just an essay from wherever I am about my particular experience in that season. And here's what I really love. As we've done in the past, we have built a seasons guidebook for you, a downloadable PDF that will walk you through this entire year. Every Monday, we're going to have a specific question that episode is asking and answering. So there's space in there for you to answer that question too for every single episode. There's journal prompts and scripture to read and activities to do, and that is all in the guidebook. So we will send you the pages at the start of every season for you to download. But if you go right now to anniefdowns.com/seasons, you can purchase the guidebook, and winter is already there for you. I am really excited about what God has for us in this year. This feels important and specific, and we really want you to be a part. Invite your friends, do the guidebook together, listen together, talk about it, do it with your small group. We hope this really serves you in 2025. I am personally really excited to see what God has up his sleeves for you and for me. So make sure you're subscribed to the That Sounds Fun podcast. We will kick off the new year on Monday, January 6th with our annual Epiphany episode. And I got a lot more to tell you on that day. So we'll see you then as we kick off our 2025 on the podcast with That Sounds Fun, the seasons.